this is Carol Ann with Logan's Crafty Mama. This is going to be my Tasty Tuesday today. I know it wasn't up on Tuesday, but sorry. I tried to film it yesterday when my son was at school, but it wasn't working, so we're going to do it today. I'm making vegetable soup, and I normally put mine in the crock pot, but due to some stuff that's happening around the house, I'm not going to have time to do it that way, so I'm actually going to put it in my regular pot, the way most people cook it, and do it that way. So if you want to put it in the crock pot, you're just going to put all the vegetables and stuff in there and let it cook for however long, and then about an hour before you eat it, then you put your cooked elbow noodles and your cooked potatoes in it. So, but I'm going to show you how to do it the way I do it in the pan. So here we go. The first thing you're going to need is some kind of noodle, so I just use elbow noodles, and I use probably about 2-3 handfuls, just varies. And a potato, and this has already been chopped up. I'm waiting on my water to boil back there behind me. And then I've got onions already chopped up. They're sauteing in the pan. Leave it on the burner. And I'm going to add hamburger meat to that and go ahead and cook that, and I'll show you that in a second. But you're going to need some vegetables. I use 1 to 2 cans, just depending on, for one, the size of my pot. If I put it in my crock pot, I do it with 2 cans, but it will probably have to be with 1 can because of my pot size. So green beans, corn. We love corn, so it'll probably have 2 cans of corn. A can of tomato sauce, a can of diced tomatoes, and I'm going to put some lima beans in. I'm fixing to cook my potatoes and my pasta, and I'm cooking my meat and onion now. And then when that gets done, I'm going to, not the tomatoes, but I'm going to open these and I'm going to rinse them off really well. I don't like using them when they're still dirty from the can. So I'm going to rinse these off. Okay, the first thing I'm doing is I've already cut up my onions, and I do this last because I try to get my potatoes and my noodles to be done about the same time my meat's done. So I go ahead and get my water boiling for each, and then once that gets boiling and I go to add them, then I start my onions and my hamburger meat. So I'm browning that, and then over here in that back pot, I know this is shaking, but I'm trying to stir hamburger meat with one hand. That back pot back there, I've got noodles, elbow noodles cooking. And I just added to what I think, because it's going to actually cook in this pot once this pot gets done. I got my elbow noodles cooking, and I just eyeballed it. I don't know how many I put in there. If I have leftovers, I always put them in a container and just let my son eat them, or I eat them. I just add like cheese or butter to them, and there you go. And then in this pot, I got 1 big potato cooking. You can do more, but 1 potato is enough because I'm going to have noodles and everything else cooking in it, so I don't want to overpower it with potatoes. So, but go ahead and let all that cook, and then you're going to drain that normally, and you're going to drain your hamburger meat and your onions, and then I'll show you how to put it in 1 big pot. Okay, I already browned my meat and my onions, and I added like my Mrs. Dash and salt and pepper and all that. I didn't have Mrs. Dash, so I added my Paula Deen stuff. So I'm going to add my potatoes that are already cooked. I'm still waiting on my noodles. Okay, I went ahead and added my vegetables to my meat and stuff too, because something happened, so I went ahead and did that. I'm going to go ahead and add my can of tomato soup. I'm going to add some noodles. Keep stirring. Keep stirring. What? Huh?
That's 3 cans in there.
That's my husband helping me figure it out. They probably know because I'm saying keep stirring. Then I'm going to add a can of water because that's not soupy enough. It looks like goulash, and I'll probably end up adding another one. I'm going to go ahead and add my diced tomatoes. And I think I'm going to go ahead and add another can of water. And if you're looking at it and you're saying she's adding way too much water, I'm not, because if you cook enough, you know that the starches in your potatoes and your noodles are going to suck that up. That's why if you cook it in the crock pot, you need to make sure that you cook it. I normally cook the potatoes and the noodles last, and then put them in my crock pot 30 minutes to an hour before we eat it. And you'll notice that it'll be really liquidy, but then when you go to eat it, it's going to look like goulash if you don't put enough water in there, because it will suck it up. Thinking he's stirring this, and I'm trying to see. I think keep going. I think I'm going to add another can of corn to it. Yep. Only because we eat corn in this house like crazy. We eat corn about like we eat cheese. And y'all know what I mean, because half my videos are about cheese. Remember to drain your vegetables, and then if you want, I always do it, I rinse them. And the only reason I rinse them, for one, you don't know what's on them. And that's only when I'm cooking like soup and stuff. I don't do this when a lot of times when I'm just making a can of corn. But, sometimes they put some kind of sauce on it. Like if you buy canned black-eyed peas, you'll notice that they put this creamy sauce on it, which is good when you're cooking regular black-eyed peas, but I don't want no funky tasting stuff in my soup. So that's good. Thank you, sir.
Bye.
So that's what I'm gonna do, and it looks really good. You can add more juice, but to me that doesn't. I can eat goulash. But I think I'm going to have to add 1/2 of a can. Yeah, I'm going to have to add 1/2 a can of something. Oh, I forgot my carrots. Well, this one's not going to have carrots. I'm going to go ahead and add that whole can because I could use it. Okay, normally add carrots. I bought carrots and forgot to put them in here. Why are we popping like crazy? There we go. Now we're back to soupy. And then if you need to, you can add another can of water. But I think we're good now, because I do have quite a bit of juices in there. So there we go. So I'm just going to let that simmer while I clean up my mess and all of that jazzy stuff. And then you can eat it. Let me show you really quick. I didn't even think about carrots until I just happened to read something. But here's the carrots I use. They're baby carrots. And I just chop them up and boil them in the same time I'm boiling everything else. You can put them in the water with your potatoes if you want, or your noodles, it doesn't matter. So there you go. But I didn't do it. I guess it's because I was in such a hurry to make this that I didn't do it. So I left that out, so we're not going to have carrots, which is no big deal to me. So there you go. That's how you make soup. So I'm going to let it simmer, and then when I go to get a bowl of it, I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, this is after I let it cook on medium for probably 20-30 minutes. And y'all remembered all that juice that I had added in there? Look at how much it's already soaked up. So that right there shows you that it sucks it up. So I'm going to... But the good thing is when you cook a bowl of it, you can always, you can always add more water to it when you put it on another, like to reheat it up again. I just add a little bit more water. And that always works for me. So there's what it looks like. And I've already tasted it. It's pretty good. So I hope you try it out. And if you do, let me know. And if you don't like it, blame my mama, because this is her recipe again. Alright guys, have a great day.